As far as through 3 games, how much more comfortable do you feel like the guys are in what you're asking them to do offensively?
I think they're comfortable. We're still not playing the tempo we want to be able to play with. I think that's the biggest thing. We still need to continue to get better and just, overall execution. But I think the guys are comfortable.
You mentioned the tempo. I guess what goes into getting more comfortable with that is that just reps and getting used to going at that speed consistently?
That's the only way you can do it is just reps and going at that speed and just, trying to understand the mechanics of the game with the officials and how that part of it works. I think our guys are getting that understanding. They're getting better at it. You see them bringing the ball into the officials and all that good stuff. So we're getting better. Just got to continue to play better.
Seems like sometimes you guys are snapping with 30 or more seconds left on the clock. How much faster can you get? And is it just not the consistency?
I mean, it all depends on what happens with the previous play. If the ball is in around the middle of the field, then you're able to play at a higher tempo. But sometimes guys get nicked and you got to change personnel and it slows down the game, and then they look at calls and they're measuring first downs, all that kind of stuff. You can't control that. But the things we can control is getting the ball in, seeing signals faster, and getting lined up faster.
Can you have like a 4-minute offense in your offense, or do you have to be so sold out the tempo that it's always just about line up, go, 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 go?
No, yeah, we definitely can slow down the pace, and you can do that from several different ways. But you got to have that in your offense. Absolutely, we have that.
Is that something you think could be maybe beneficial to the overall success of the team, given the defensive blow and just having better execution, being able to be more deliberate out there?
I think when that time comes, definitely. As far as being more successful, that's what we got to be. That helps. You look at the time possession. I know that's what we talked about, but that helps more than anything. Just execute. We've had some plays that are there to be made, and guys being able to continue to stay on the field. And us staying on the field puts their defense on the field longer, and then you happen to have plays that work in your favor. And that's what we got to do. We got to stay on the field longer and move the ball.
When you have a situation like the last play, is that kind of like, are those situations kind of like 2-point plays, like you already know what you're thinking before you even get in that situation, or were you actually deciding between several plays at that moment?
We had a good idea of what we wanted to run if we were able to pick up the first down in that situation and get down there, depending on where the hash was going to be. But we knew the personnel group that was on the field, and we knew the play we were going to call, so we let it rip.
It seemed like James was very comfortable keeping plays alive with his legs, especially against Virginia. How important was that in that game, and how much, I guess, have you seen improve in that area kind of from the beginning of the season to now?
Yeah, he did a good job. I'd like for him to not have to be in those situations, as far as just protect him a little bit better. But he did give us a chance to extend plays, and that's always what you want from the quarterback position. A guy that can extend plays, it's a lot tougher on the defense, because now those guys are having to cover for maybe 3-4 seconds. So it's definitely an advantage, and we want to have that out of him. He's done a good job with it.
Is James progressing the way you want him to? You mentioned the preseason being predictable. I guess is he hitting that predictability enough for you?
Yeah, he is. He's doing a good job. I was proud of James really the last 2 weeks. He's played really well. Last week, and James will tell you, he didn't play as well as he could have. There were some things that were left out there, but he's a fighter. I think he's a winner. I believe that he's going to have a great week of practice this week, and he's ready to be back home.
Kendal, what kind of challenges does Louisville present for you guys? They looked a little bit more disciplined than they did last year and seemed to have improved on defense. I know everything's relative to competition, but what do you see on film that you think could be a challenge for you guys and what they do well?
Yeah, I didn't watch last year's stuff just because the coordinators have changed. Watch more App State. They're really good on defense. They're active. They play with nickel personnel. Their nickel's a really good football player. They're not the biggest guys on defense, but those guys fly around, and they got them playing at a high level. I like what they're doing on defense. I think they're really well coached, so it'll be a great challenge for us.
In terms of read option stuff, is James making the right reads on that, and have there been any opportunities for him to bust it and keep it himself, or has he been doing a pretty good job reading that?
No, he's done a good job reading his keys on that.
On a play like the one where he missed him in Kitty, another guy that looked like he was running free. On a play like that when it's third and trying to get the first down, as a quarterback, is his main focus just trying to get the first down, or should he be able to see everything?
On that particular play, his read does start in the boundary, what you're talking about, and the corner bust. We'd have liked to see that. He knew that he had pressure from the field, so we always know that you're going to have that tight end right there, and that's a play that he's made 100 times, and we should have been able to make that play. But that's not on James. It's not on Trey. It's not on anybody. There's collectively as an offense and myself as a coaching staff, we just have to do a better job of executing. And staying on the field, and I think we'll like the results.
What allows Cam to get those extra couple of yards every time after contact? Just the ability of how hard he's running.
He's really strong. He's really, really strong. He's a tremendous player. He played his butt off the other night. Some of our RPO stuff, the ball was pulled out and we were throwing it. But we've got to make sure that we get him his carries. The guy's really, really good, and I love where his head's at. He's healthy, so I'm excited for him this week.
Is he better than you thought, Cam?
I thought he was going to be pretty good. So he's met the expectations. He is. He's a great football player, and he's a great kid. So I love being able to come out here and be able to help him get better every day.
Overall, how would you assess the offensive line and the strides it's made from last year? I know you didn't coach them last year, but from last year to this year.
Yeah, I can't speak on last year. I can speak from week 1 to week 3. They've gotten better, and that was a tough environment last week, and it kind of started that way with the crowd noise, and those guys I thought really settled in after the first couple of series. So once again, they're doing a good job. We just got to continue to make sure that we're protecting them offensively a little bit and not putting too much on them. But those guys, from a tempo standpoint, that's one thing we can do better.
How's James handle? It seems like he some highs and lows. How's he handle disappointment or when things aren't going well? How's he handling that?
He's hard on himself. Yeah, he's really hard on himself. So I got to keep him up. I got to keep him going, and he wants to be great, and that's going to give him a chance to be that.
Not specifically, but do things change when a guy like Juwan's on the lineup for you? You're starting left tackle, or is it just business as usual?
Well, you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of that. So, those are things as a coaching staff that you think about, and you talk about, and you make sure that you prepare for.